Today, we honor Coach Jim Shoe Nelson. Coach Shoe has been a major contributor to the community both on the field as a coach and player and off the field as a teacher. He was an English teacher, an English and PE teacher for Nebo School District for 34 years at Spanish Fork High School. He coached the Dons for 34 years, 29 as the head coach, and 5 years as an assistant. During that time, the Dons won 6 state championships and 17 region championships. He coached 50 all-state players and 100 players that went on to play college baseball. He is the all-time winningest coach in Utah State high school history with 572 wins. He is considered the best baseball coach the state of Utah has ever had. He played and started for the Dons his junior and senior year in high school and was selected All-State his senior year. He had three boys play for the Dons baseball team, Tyler, Casey, and Brock. We are truly honored to have such an amazing individual in our lives, both on the field and in the community. We are grateful for everything you have done to build this great program, and we hope we can continue the success in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please direct your attention to the center field fence. Shoe, please turn around. As we retire, Coach Shoe's uniform number 25. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Coach Shoe a great big hand for all the years, hard work, and dedication. Fire away, Shoe. And he can still throw a stride. Thank you, Coach Shoe. The Dons are coached by Casey.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Spanish Fork Community Network, the coverage of today's game between the visiting Salem Hills Skyhawks and the Spanish Fork Dons. We'd like to thank our sponsors for helping make this broadcast possible. The Car Guys, who will sponsor all of our Car Guys instant replays this afternoon. And also MVP Sports for sponsoring our MVP Sports MVP of the game. It's great to be with you this afternoon. I'm Ryan Pickens on what is a blustery and cloudy day here in Spanish Fork at Nelson Field as Tanner Nielsen is beginning his warm-up tosses on the mound. He will get the ball today for Spanish Fork, who in this one with Salem Hills, if they win, they now have increased their lead on Region 8. But a Salem Hills victory today could make things a little interesting in Region 8, potentially with a Maple Mountain win today over Springville. Could have a 3-way tie at the top with Spanish Fork, Salem Hills, and Maple Mountain all having one loss in Region 8. As you can tell, a cloudy day today. The wind is blowing, the American flag in dead center blowing all over the place. So it will be something interesting to watch exactly how quick these two pitchers will have to work. Hopefully we get a full 7 innings of baseball in, and we'll see here as we'll give you the starting lineups for the visiting Salem Hills Skyhawks. Leading off behind the plate, it's going to be Sam Callister. In center field will be number 15, Cooper Smith. Shortstop, Easton Callion will bat in the 3 spot. Tanner Hamblin, the right fielder, hits cleanup. Designated hitter will be number 22, Colton Lundell. Jesse Rowley will hit 6 at third base. Lakota Centeno will hit in the 7th spot at first base. Jake Ward, the left fielder, hits 8th, and Ty Bennett rounds out the order and bats 9th. On the mound today for Salem Hills, it's going to be Porter Gustin in the first pitch home. Misses away for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes to Sam Callister. Defensively for the Dons in the outfield, Jason Money in left, Nick Roberts in center, Taylor Harrison in right as the 1-0 pitch misses low and away, ball 2, and it's quickly 2-0 on Sam Callister. On the infield will be Ryan Golish at third. It's going to be Tanner Argyle at short, Walker Jones at second with Matt Creer at first, and the 2-0 pitch gets in there on the outside corner, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Behind the plate today, McKinnon Jarvis, and on the mound will be the left-hander Tanner Nielsen. So settle in for a good couple of hours of baseball, and the breaking ball misses, ball 3, and it's 3-1 on the Skyhawks leadoff hitter. And I'm sorry, they had a late call strike there, so now it's going to be 2 balls and 2 strikes. So originally, I think the pitch was originally called a ball, but then the change in the call, so the 2-2 pitch misses away, and now the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Salem Hills wearing the kind of sky blue tops and the white pants. Spanish Fork in the home black uniforms, and the 3-2 pitch misses away, ball 4, and Collister's on with a leadoff walk here in the first.
Now batting.
So that's going to bring up center fielder Cooper Smith. Smith will stand in from the right side, and we're going to have a courtesy runner already for Salem Hills. It's going to be here, looks to be Mason Bigler, number 14. It's Caden Coons running over on the base paths. And the first pitch misses away for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes on Cooper Smith. So in high school baseball, a relatively common thing will be a courtesy runner for the catcher and for the pitcher. And so in this case, Salem Hills decides to go to it early on. 1-0 pitch comes home, and that one's going to be on the outside corner, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Tanner Nielsen able to drop the pitch right in there on the corner. Lights coming on here at Nelson Field. Before the game, Jim Shoe Nelson having his number 25 retired. And that one's going to be bunted right out in front of home plate. Fielded by Jarvis, and it's going to go foul here as the umpire throws his hands up in the air, letting everybody know it was foul. Good heads-up play there by McKennan Jarvis, though, to go get the baseball, and instead of assuming it was foul, to make the play until he exactly knew it was going to be a foul ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cooper Smith. Tanner Nielsen looking for the strikeout. The delivery comes on the outside corner with that high breaking ball, and it just misses off the plate to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Caden Coons gets his lead over at first, and the pitch, breaking ball, swung on, and that one's fouled away, and it evens the ball at 2-2. As you see, that one just kind of came high, and now that will be 2 balls and 2 strikes here as you have some wind that's coming down. It's very windy here, as it's been kind of all throughout Utah County today, and some of that wind kind of blowing dirt up onto the field. So throughout the game, be prepared to kind of see some of that dirt kind of be flying through the infield here. They'll get looks like a new baseball out there to Tanner Nielsen. As we're just about ready to go for baseball once again. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count here on Cooper Smith. On deck, it's Easton Italian, the shortstop. 2-2 pitch comes home, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Tanner Nielsen drops the breaking pitch on the outside corner and gets Cooper Smith to chase. And the first out of the first innings recorded for Tanner Smith and the Dons. And now that's going to bring up the 3-hole hitter.
Shortstop, number 3, Easton Talon.
Easton Talion now, number 3. As you can see, the kind of powder blue tops with kind of similar look to the Toronto Blue Jays with the numbers. And the first pitch is going to be blocked in the dirt for a ball to Talon. Talon wears number 3, takes a quick step out of the batter's box. Now we'll stand back in, runner over at first base, and that's going to be Coons, the courtesy runner. The pickoff move, diving back safely, is Coons there as a gust of wind picked up. Throughout the day, it's supposed to have, I've heard, as much as gust up to 60 miles an hour with a pretty steady wind of around 30. So it should be interesting to see what effect that has on any balls that gets high up into the air. The 1-0 pitch, runner goes, the throw over to Creer, and Coons is going to slide into second. He's going to be caught stealing. He went to go on Tanner Nielsen's first throw, and when he took that step over to first and the ball came, Coons took off for second, and the throw down just got there in time, and Argyle able to put the tag on, so 2 outs here in the first for Talon. So Talon's got a 1-0 count on him, and Nielsen quickly comes home. That pitch comes inside and hits him. The breaking ball there just never broke, and you can maybe make an argument there that maybe the wind kind of caught it as a big gust, but that wind's kind of blowing across the field. You would have expected that ball to cut back across, and now Tanner Hamblin, the right fielder, is going to come to the plate. So with 2 outs, the cleanup hitter, Tanner Hamlin, comes up. He'll here once again as we get set. The pitch comes in, and that one's in there on the corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Nielsen, yeah, it's always interesting on a day like today when you're the pitcher where a big rainstorm's coming in, trying to make sure you at least get halfway through the ball game so it can count as an official game. The 0-1 pitch, that one high and tight for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stepping out of the box and now stepping back in is going to be Tanner Hamblin. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Nielsen delivers that one in on the inside corner, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Hamlin. You can tell the jersey a lot of the different jerseys of the players kind of being blown around by the wind. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. The delivery comes home. That one swung on, popped up down the left field line. Money going to give it a look. He's in foul territory, but the ball's going to go out of play, and we'll have another 1-2 pitch as maybe on a day when the ball's not so windy, maybe that ball stays in play for Money, and that is definitely something to watch, is that wind kind of blowing in from the right field to kind of that right corner, blowing across the field, something to definitely watch on some of those balls that were hit. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. The pitch comes in. That one's going to be bounced back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Talon will hold at second, and the Skyhawks of Salem Hills have a couple of men on for the designated hitter, Colton Lundell. So just a base hit back up the middle there. You see on the Car Guys instant replay, just on a base hit there that Tanner Argyle could try to get to, but it was going to be a tough play for Argyle. So with 2 down now, Lundell, the designated hitter, will come to the plate, and quickly stepping, kind of readjusting his position on the mound, was Tanner Nielsen. Nielsen kicks and comes home with it, and that one misses low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Top of the first inning, no score. Salem Hills has had 3 base runners, though. The first one got caught down on a good throw over to first by Nielsen and got caught in a rundown. 1 ball and no strikes the count here on Colton Lundell. Nielsen checks the runner at second, winds and delivers home, and that one just off the plate, ball 2, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls and no strikes to count. Nielsen getting set on the mound, the left-hander. That one comes home. The 2-0 pitch misses off the plate, ball 3, and the count goes to 3 balls and no strikes on Colton Lundell. You would think that Lundell would not be swinging here 3-0. Nielsen will step off the mound here and come back and get set, ready to go. Checks the runner on at second. The 3-0 pitch on its way home. That one right on the outside corner, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Typically in baseball, 3-0, not a lot of hitters are going to have the green light to swing in that situation. A lot of hitters are going to be taking. So 3 balls and a strike. Nielsen will have to probably come home here with a good pitch. Breaking off the bag was Talon. Now he'll take a couple steps back. The pitch comes on. Talon's going to try to steal, but it's low, ball 4, and Salem Hills has lowered the bases here in the first.
Now batting the third baseman, number 1, Jesse Rowley.
So Jesse Rowley will come to the plate now with Easton Talon there, number 3, running over at third base. It's going to be Tanner Hamblin running at second, and Colton Lundell, the designated hitter, over at first as McKennan Jarvis went out to the mound. Have a quick word with Tanner Nielsen on the mound. Rowley, the third baseman, to stand in. An early RBI opportunity here for the Skyhawks, looking to try to give Porter Gustin some run support. The first pitch comes home. That one misses off the plate with a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. And now it looks like we're going to have a quick visit out to the mound here. So an interesting setup for this one, as it'll be something interesting to watch here. An early visit out to the mound. Hayden Nielsen maybe having a hard time finding the strike zone. But if you're Salem Hills, an early golden opportunity to try to get some runs on the scoreboard, as right now the conference on the mound is going to end. And really, when you're playing top competition in a region, any opportunity you can find to jump on the scoreboard first will really help your pitching staff. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Skyhawks need a hit here to score a run. Rowley stands back in with a 1-0 count. Nielsen works and delivers. That one just off the plate, ball 2, and it's 2-0 on Rowley. Nielsen not missing by much here, just missing enough off the plate for some of these pitches to be called balls. Nielsen set with the 2-0, delivers the 2-0 pitch home, and that one sits right on the outside corner, and it's 2-1. You can tell Nielsen trying to work that outside corner, and at times just hasn't been able to hit it, but found that right on the outside corner for a called strike on the last pitch. 2 balls and a strike. The delivery comes home, and that one again in there just about knee high, and it evens the count at 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch. Nielsen kicks and delivers home. Breaking ball fouled away by Rowley. He just made enough contact there as he'll just kind of put it right behind home plate. Still in the top of the first, no score. Salem Hills and Spanish Fork. Nielsen kicks the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball off the plate, ball 3, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So now for Salem Hills, the runners likely going to be going here. Nielsen probably going to have to go to the fastball in dangers of potentially walking in the first run of the ball game. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nielsen set on the mound, kicks and delivers, runners go. A 3-2 pitch got chopped high over to third. Golish going to field it, his throw, not going to be a time. It's going to get away from Creer, and coming in to score right behind him is Hamlin. So Salem Hills taking advantage with, on the chopper, Italian able to come in to score. On the throwing error by Golish, coming in to score was Tanner Hamlin, and it's 2-0 Salem Hills. As we'll take a look, you can tell Easton there, or Talon was already home. The throw from Creer, he just kind of one-hopped it, or from Golish over to Creer, and Creer couldn't field it. And when it got past Creer, because Hamlin from second broke, was easily able to score a 2-0 lead for Salem Hills. So runners on the corners, and the first pitch is a called strike now to Lakota Centeno. No balls and a strike as Centeno stands back in. Where's number 24? Nielsen, the runner goes from first. That one swung on line down the left field line. Foul. That one just barely going foul, not by very much as it rolls all the way down. Lundell was breaking for home. With the runner Rowley over at first, reaching, he was taken off with the pitch. Had that gotten down into the corner there, Jason Money was going to have to try to cut that off pretty quick. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Nielsen checks the runner over at first. Kicks and delivers the 0-2 pitch. That one on the outside corner. Runner goes, and Rowley's going to take second with no throw. I'm not sure there if McKinnon Jarvis thought that was going to be called strike 3. Just kind of held it too long before firing down. Jones and Argyle up the middle didn't break to cover the bag either. So 1-2 pitch on its way home. Breaking ball misses away, ball 2, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jake War, the eight-hole hitter, in the on-deck circle. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Nielsen takes a look at Rowley at seconds, delivers the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. The second strikeout of the inning for the Dons and Hayden and Tanner Nielsen. We head to the bottom of the second here in Spanish Fork. Salem Hills 2. The Dons coming to bat here on the Spanish Fork Community Network. Bottom of the first inning here in Spanish Fork. Porter Gustin, number 19, getting the start for the Salem Hills Skyhawks, as he has some run support after getting warmed up. Had to sit for around 20 minutes. We'll see how he handles the Dons lineup. And here is the lineup for the Spanish Fork Dons. Leading off, the center fielder, Nick Roberts. Devin Argyle will be the designated hitter. He'll hit in the 2 spot. Ryan Golish hitting 3rd. Matt Creer will hit cleanup. McKinnon Jarvis hits 5th. Jason Money 6th. Taylor Harrison in right field hits 7th. Tanner Argyle, the shortstop, hits 8, and Walker Jones rounds out the order and will bat 9 for the Dons, who have some work to do, trailing 2-0. Porter Gustin on the mound. Other defensive lineups here for the Salem Hills Skyhawks. In left field, it's going to be Jake War. Cooper Smith in center field. Tanner Hamblin in right. On the infield, Jesse Rowley at third. Easton Talon at short. At second, it's going to be Ty Bennett. At first, Lakota Centeno. Behind home plate, it's going to be Sam Collister. And of course, Porter Gustin on the mound as Nick Roberts gets ready to step in to the batter's box, as Collister and Gustin going over their final thoughts here before we start the bottom of the first inning. So it's Roberts, Devin Argyle, and Golish coming up 1, 2, and 3 for Spanish Fork. Gustin, number 19, hard-throwing right-hander, set ready to go on the mound. And his first pitch home as he starts the slow movement home, and the fastball comes in for a called strike, and it's 0-1 to Nick Roberts. Roberts will stand back in there. Don's wearing the black tops that say Don's across the chest. The 0-1 pitch, and that one once again hits the outside corner, and it's 0-2 on Nick Roberts. Cooper Smith in center field playing relatively shallow here at Nelson Field, and the 0-2 pitch coming home. That's high with the fastball, and it's 1-2. So far, seeing Porter Gustin go three pitches, 3 fastballs. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. The 1-2 pitch on its way home, and the pitch misses low for a ball, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Roberts will stand back in here, facing a 2-2 pitch. We'll see if Gustin finally maybe goes to a breaking pitch. Another fastball misses low, ball 3, and Nick Roberts, and they appeal down to first as he did not go. And so something you see a lot of times when the hitter maybe starts a motion home and then stops, they'll appeal to the base umpire. In this case, in high school, it's the first base umpire. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count. So Roberts has fought back from being down in an 0-2 count to working it to 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch comes home. That one comes inside and hits Roberts. So either way, if Gustin puts that one, if it doesn't hit Roberts there, it's ball 4. In this case, it's a hit by pitch. So Nick Roberts is aboard, and now Devin Argyle will come to the plate. Argyle will be the designated hitter for Spanish Fork, wearing number 15. He's getting loose in the batter's box as another quick visit here by Collister out to the mound to make sure. It's not a great sign for a pitcher when you get ahead in the count 0-2, and then you lose him. You end up walking him. That's not, typically you get 0-2, you want to just go for the strikeout, and right there Porter Gustin able to find a way to put him on. So Roberts will get his lead over at first. Gustin working from the stretch and delivers home the first pitch. That's one, fastball in the dirt. Good job by Collister blocking that one, keeping it in front of him, and it's 1-0. So Gustin, after throwing the first 2 fastballs that got over on the outside corner, has gone with 5 straight balls. None of them being really close into the strike zone. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Gustin delivers the 1-0 pitch, and that one gets over for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Argyle will look down the third base line, get some directions from his coach down there, and now get set ready to go. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch comes home. That one's going to be a called strike. Gets away from Collister, and quickly taking second base is Nick Roberts. So Roberts takes second on what I'm going to say is a pass ball. I don't have the official scorebook. That is kept, I believe, down in the dugout. So unofficially, I'm going to rule that one a pass ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Devin Argyle. The wind begins to pick up once again. Some more dirt blowing across the infield. Time called, and Argyle will take a step out of the box here. I'm not sure if maybe that gust of wind picked up and he wanted to let that wind die down a little bit. 2-0 Salem Hills. Skyhawks scoring 2 in the top of the first inning. 1-2 pitch coming home, and that one's going to be low, ball 2, and it's 2-2. Gustin takes a step off the mound, and now will circle the mound and come set back on the mound. Ryan Golish on deck for Spanish Fork. The Dons looking to try to add some runs of their own up on the board here. Bottom of the first inning at Nelson Field. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch coming home. That one's going to be swung on, grounded to second. Bennett fields it cleanly and toss over to first in time. And the first out of the inning is recorded. But Nick Roberts able to move down to third on the play. So not an unproductive out if you're Spanish Fork, as there's a good piece of hitting in that situation with a runner on at second base to just find a way to put it on the right side to move that runner 90 feet. So with 1 out, Ryan Golish, the third baseman, stands in. Golish right now just gets a fly ball to the outfield that should score the base runner. Salem Hills had tried to come in on the infield. Now they'll step back, and the pitch comes over at the knees, and it's 0-1. Golish took a quick step out. Now gets that bat circling around in the box as he waits the 0-1 pitch. That one swung on and fouled away. Golish got a pretty good fastball there. I just kind of fouled it straight into the dirt, and I haven't seen Gustin go to anything other than the fastball here in the early going. So it's going to be interesting to see, because typically with a pitcher that's going to throw you 90% fastballs, once you figure out kind of how to time it, all of a sudden, once you time that fastball, you're going to be able to find a way to get some base knocks. 0-2 pitch on its way. Fastball, good stop there by Collister. And it's 1-2. He just kind of threw the glove out there and kept it from going to the backstop. As that ball does get to the backstop, Nick Roberts probably scores from third. A relatively deep backstop here at Nelson Field. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Gustin checks the Roberts at third. The 1-2 pitch off the plate, ball 2, and it's 2-2. Up the middle, Talon and Bennett up the middle, playing back. Talon, the shortstop, playing back right on the edge of the outfield grass. The 2-2 pitch, swung on, fly ball, popped up down the line. Sentimo going to give it a look. That one's going to get foul. And back over on the walkway just right at the stadium. So good job by Golish there to foul it away. He'll get another pitch here from Porter Gustin. Smith in center, playing shallow. As with the wind blowing the way it is, you wouldn't expect a ton of balls that get hit deep into the outfield today to stay up long. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, that one misses away. Ball 3 and the count goes full. So the first time we see the breaking ball from Gustin, it misses. And so it's interesting because it's a slow breaking ball. So he could go with that high velocity fastball, drop in the slow breaking ball, and could fool some reaction time of the hitters. Golish takes a walk, and so runners now on the corners for Matt Creer. And you saw Gustin do it there. Gustin went from the fastball to the breaking pitch, right back to the fastball, and tried to see if Golish would chase on the corner. Golish took ball 4 in the case, and now Matt Creer, the first baseman, comes up. He's got runners on the corners, 1 away. Creer with a little bit of an open stance, that front foot pulled towards left field, and the first pitch comes in at the knees, and it's 0-1. These two teams meet again on Thursday at Salem Hills, a 3:30 first pitch. No balls and a strike. The pitch comes home, swung on and missed. Stealing second and diving head first is Ryan Golish. Once again, no throw down from Callister. So runners now in 2 runners in scoring position for Spanish Fork. So Creer here with a base hit could tie the game. Gustin with that glove down on his knees. Now gets set, ready to go. The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Guston's first strikeout of the ball game, the second out here in the first inning, and McKinnon Jarvis is going to come to the plate. Jarvis, the Don catcher, going to try to step in here and try to find a way here. As right now, Porter Guston with that fastball hitting that outside corner to right-handed hitters has been able to put it in a spot right now where Spanish Fork hasn't been able to make a ton of contact. Time called here as Jarvis will just call time. Guston will take a step off the mound. An early opportunity here for Spanish Fork to try to break through here in the first. Guston set, checks the runner at second, comes home, and the first pitch bounces in the dirt for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Guston taking a long look in here to Collister behind home plate to get the sign. The pitch on its way home, and there's a fastball strike just below the knees, and it's 0-2. Sorry, 1-1, says our home plate umpire. He'll 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Jarvis getting low in that batter's box in the 1-1 pitch. That one in there again at the knees, and it's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes here. A big opportunity for Spanish Fork. They'll want to try to take advantage of the early chance to try to get back in this one. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. The delivery comes home, swung on, popped up. Once again, drifting over, and it's going to go foul. Back again onto the walkway here, leading up to the ballpark. Jarvis will take a quick step out of the box here and will now get set to go once again. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Jarvis able to foul the last pitch off to stay alive. The 1-2 pitch. That one just high, just above the belt, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jarvis a good eye there, as that pitch was set up primarily to see if he couldn't get Jarvis to chase one out of the zone. So Spanish Fork, the Dons really doing a great job here early on of plate discipline. When I say that, I mean they're doing a great job of taking the right pitches and not getting fooled so far by the location. That one misses again, ball 3, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Really making Guston try to hit that strike zone. Time called as Collister will go back out again, and we'll have a quick visit out on the mound with Porter Guston. The 3rd visit already out to the mound here in the inning by the Salem Hills catcher. It's always, interesting to kind of see when they go out to see, if it's an idea of, okay, we want to make sure we're on the same page. Here in this case, with a 3-2 count, if it is, say, ball 4 that would get behind the base runner, the runners from second and third could still try to score. The 3-2 pitch swung on, grounded to short. Fielded by Talon, his throw across the diamond is in time, and the inning's over. So Spanish Fork strands 2 at the end of 1 from Nelson Field. It's the Salem Hills Skyhawks 2, the Spanish Fork Dons 0. As high school baseball plays on, here as the ground out ends the inning. It's 2-0 here on the Spanish Fork Community Network.
From the top of the 2nd inning, left fielder number 27.
Welcome back to coverage of high school sports here on the Spanish Fork Community Network. Today it's the Salem Hills Skyhawks and the Spanish Fork Dons, and the Skyhawks bring up 8, 9, and 1. Jake Ward to lead it off, and that one misses with the ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Salem Hills 2, Spanish Fork 0 as we start the top of the 2nd inning. Tanner Nielsen back out onto the mound. The left-hander set with the 1-0 pitch, comes home. That one misses away, and it's quickly 2 balls and no strikes. Ward will take a step out of the box and now step back in. The 2-0 pitch, the kick and the delivery comes home. That one right on the outside corner, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Nielsen set, winds and delivers the 2-1 pitch. Misses outside ball 3, and it's 3-1 on Jake War. It'll be Jake War, Ty Bennett, and then back to the top of the lineup and Sam Collister. The 3-1 pitch on its way. That one over for a called strike 2 as Jake War started down the first baseline to take first base on the outside pitch. About the time he headed out of the batter's box, the strike 2 call came. War will take a practice cut, now steps back in. 3-2 pitch on its way home. That one swung on and fouled away. We'll do another 3-2 pitch here. That wind picking up here. Once again, here in Spanish Fork, the 3-2 pitch, that one swung on and fouled away. Back over by the Dons dugout. Three balls and 2 strikes to count. Infield at regular depth, outfield as well. The 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. So a big strikeout there by Tanner Nielsen, his second of the afternoon. He got Cooper Smith down on strikes back in the first, and with one out, here comes Ty Bennett.
Number 6, Ty Bennett.
So the best way to kind of get going when you're struggling is get that first guy out. Fly ball hit pretty well to center, but it's going to be right at Nick Roberts, who puts it away, and there's 2 outs quickly here in the second inning. And back to the top of the lineup for Salem Hills, and it's going to be catcher Sam Collister.
Now batting the catcher number 25, Sam Callister.
Callister walked back in the first, then his courtesy runner, Caden Coons, got, I guess, caught stealing or picked off a first. And the pitch comes in on the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Coons was the runner for Callister, and when he broke for second, the throw came over to first. The 0-1 pitch, that one low and inside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. When Coons broke for second, heads up play by Matt Creer to throw down to Tanner Argyle, who applied the tag. 1-1 pitch, that one low and inside for a ball, and it's 2-1. On the surface of things, that doesn't seem to be a very key play, but in the first, when Salem Hills scored 2, it would have been 3 had that base runner still been on. The 2-1 pitch, that one swung on, hit to third. Golish knocks it down, and then his throw across the diamond, picked out of first base by Matt Creer, and the Skyhawks go 1-2-3 in the second. We head to the bottom of the second here at Nelson Field. Salem Hills 2, Spanish Fork 0. You're watching high school baseball here on the Spanish Fork Community Network. Bottom half of the second, Jason Money getting ready to come up to bat. Jason Money will Gustin, who threw a lot of fastballs in his first inning of work. We'll see if that continues or if he'll drop in some more breaking pitches as we go throughout this afternoon. Spanish Fork's going to send up Jason Money, Taylor Harrison, Tanner Argyle, 6, 7, and 8. Coming up as the throw down to the second baseman has happened, and we're just almost set ready for baseball as Jason Money heads towards the batter's box. So Money, the left fielder, will stand in to lead it off. Money with good speeds. Definitely somebody, if you're Jesse Rowley at third base, you might want to be prepared in case a bunt would be laid down. Rowley is playing about a step off the infield grass, and the first pitch comes home as he charges, is over for a called strike with the fastball, and it's 0-1. That fastball sat right on the inside corner, just kind of teasing Jason Money to swing at it. No balls and a strike. Gustin winds on the mound and delivers home the 0-1 pitch. That one bounces in the dirt for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And Gustin, it looks like, I don't know if he kind of felt something there, but it looked like he was on the mound kind of looking at his arm there for a quick second. Whatever it was, it looks to be all right as the 1-1 pitch comes home. Swung on and missed. Jason Money just swung right through it, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, bottom of the second inning. Gustin set, winds in, delivers home the pitch. That one's called, strike 3. Got Jason Money looking to open up the second strikeout of the ball game for Gustin, and now that's going to bring up right fielder Taylor Harrison. Possibly not a ton of work today for the outfielders with the way that wind has been set up. Definitely kind of gusty at times, but it's blowing at a pretty constant rate as Harrison stands in the box. The first pitch comes. That one's going to be swung on, grounded right through the right side for a base hit. Playing shallow, Hamblin comes in quickly to field it, and on with a leadoff single. And the first hit for Spanish Fork today is Taylor Harrison. The Dons had a couple of runners in the first inning, but those reached on it being hit by a pitch and a walk, as you see on the car guy's instant replay. Just a base hit through the right side. No one was going to be able to get to that. Here comes Tanner Argyle, the shortstop. Argyle wears number 23, stands in the box. And the first pitch home, Argyle takes that one low with the fastball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes to count. Coming up at the conclusion of this broadcast, we'll name our MVP Sports MVP of the game. So stay tuned during our post game. The 1-0 pitch, that one low in the dirt, breaking for second base is Harrison, and he'll slide in there as the throw came. As right there, the throw came down, but Harrison able to slide in. It looks like the ball kind of got away there from Talon covering the bag. At the end of the day, though, Taylor Harrison steals second base. So with 1 out, Argyle's got a man in scoring position. A 2-0 pitch coming home, and that one misses away, ball 3, 3-0. Callister had to just kind of reach wildly for that one and hope he threw the glove out there. If that one gets to the backstop, Harrison heads down to third. 3 balls and no strikes to count. The right-hander Gustin sets, delivers the 3-0 pitch. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Once again, that 3-0 count, a lot of times hitters won't be actually swinging at the pitch. 3 balls and 1 strike. Gustin checks the runner at second. The 3-1 pitch comes home. That one misses away, ball 4. And so Argyle's on with the walk. The second walk tonight allowed by Porter Gustin. And now Walker Jones is going to come to the plate. So an opportunity here, some options coming for Spanish Fork with 1 away. Walker Jones stepping into the box. They could lay down a sacrifice bunt, try to move those runners into scoring position for Nick Roberts. Or will they let Walker Jones swing away? Jones, the second baseman for Spanish Fork. Gets low in that batter's box. It's going to make Gustin come into a small strike zone. And the first pitch comes. That one swung on. And it's going to be fouled away. It's no balls and a strike. Jones will take a step back in the box. No balls and a strike. The first pitch was fouled away. Set ready to come home. Bunt show, but pulled it back, and the count will be even at 1-1. One ball and no strikes to count on Walker Jones. The 1-0 pitch, bunt showed again. Runners break for third. The throw is going to get into left field. Coming in to score, Taylor Harrison. The throw to the plate is on line. Underneath the tag is Harrison. He scores. The great throw from Jake War in left field as he made a right on the money throw to Callister behind home plate, but just getting it under the tag was the runner Taylor Harrison, and the Dons are on the scoreboard, have the tying run now 90 feet away, as Harrison would have stole third base regardless, as the throw came high up over Jesse Rowley. But even at that throw a bit on the money, in there would have been Harrison. Argyle moved to second, but then when the ball got past the third baseman here, as we'll see on the car guy's instant replay, as right there, the throw just high and behind there. Rowley having to reach behind him, and then Harrison quickly coming home with a pretty good throw, but just not quite in time. Argyle able to move all the way down to third on the, I'm going to say that would be an error against the catcher. The 1-1 pitch misses, and it's 2 balls and a strike on Walker Jones. The bunt sign now being pulled off here by Spanish Fork with that base runner, and it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. So he did foul the first pitch away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. The pitch comes home. That one swung on, taken the other way, but it's going to go foul, and we'll do another 2-2 pitch. The error they're going against, the reason why I would say that it's an error against Callister is the throw came up and behind Rowley, where Rowley had to reach for it. And then once that got past Rowley, it was easily going to score. There's a ground ball hit to second. Bennett's going to field it. The run is going to score, and Spanish Forks tied this one up at 2. So Walker Jones gets the RBI ground out, second out of the inning recorded, but Tanner Argyle trots in from third, and Spanish Forks found a way to come back and tie this one at 2. So just a little bit of, I don't want to say luck on your side if you're the Dons, but it's a couple of breaks coming your way, and now with 2 outs, back to the top of the lineup, Nick Roberts.
Center fielder number 2, Nick Roberts.
Pitch comes in, that one misses away, and it's 1 ball and no strikes on Roberts. As Harrison and Argyle both score. They both got on to open up the inning. Harrison with a single, Argyle with the walk have come around to score, and it's tied at 2 here in the bottom of the second. Both teams getting 2 runs here in the early going. Pitch comes in. There's a pitch on the outside corner, and it evens the count, or makes the count, now 0-2 on Nick Roberts. Roberts was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Got stranded at third for Spanish Fork. 0-2 pitch on its way. That pitch low for a ball, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gustin, the right-hander. Comes set and comes home with it. That one swung on and chopped foul over towards the third base coach's box, and we'll throw the baseball back to Gustin and get ready to go. So 2 runs in for Spanish Fork here in the second. Tied at 2. Brand new ball game in a sense. One ball and 2 strikes to count. The pitch comes home. Breaking ball called. Strike 3. So Gustin goes to the breaking ball, gets his 3rd strikeout of the game, and the 3rd out of the second inning. But if you're Spanish Fork, the damage has been done. The Dons are able to find a way with a hit and a walk and then an error, a big error that helps Spanish Fork get back in this one. At the end of 2 here from Nelson Field, it's the Salem Hills Skyhawks 2 and the Spanish Fork Dons 2. You're watching high school baseball here on the Spanish Fork Community Network. High school baseball here on the Spanish Fork Community Network, brought to you by MVP Sports and the Car Guys. As we play the top of the 3rd inning here, we thank MVP Sports and the Car Guys for their sponsorship of helping put this game on here on the air on Spanish Fork Community Network. 2-0 count now to the leadoff hitter, Cooper Smith. It's going to be 2, 3, and 4 for the Skyhawks. Cooper Smith, Easton Talon, and Tanner Hamlin. And the 2-0 pitch misses, and it's quickly 3-0 on Smith. Cooper Smith went down on strikes in his first at-bat back in the first. The 3-0 pitch misses away, ball 4, and the leadoff man's on here for Salem Hills in the 3rd.
Now batting the shortstop, number 3, Easton Talon.
So Easton Talon comes to the plate. Talon back in the first was hit by a pitch. He came around to score the first of the 2 runs for the Skyhawks of Salem Hills. Talon, the lefty-on-lefty matchup, and the pitch comes home and misses away for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Tanner Nielsen, the lefty, got the eye black on. Look at it to get the sign from McKennon Jarvis, and the 1-0 pitch is over on the inside corner, and the count's even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. The delivery comes home. Breaking ball swung on and missed, as right there it was Tanner Nielsen getting Talon to chase. So Talon just got kind of out in front of it, expecting the fastball, but Nielsen dropped a good breaking pitch in there and got him out in front. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. The kick and the delivery comes home, and almost it looks like he was able to hold up. It evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Talon looks like started to go at that and then quickly held up for ball 2, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Running over at first, Cooper Smith gets his lead. Nielsen takes a look over. He'll throw over, lobbing it over. Back standing is Cooper Smith. Two balls and 2 strikes the count. Throw over. Nielsen this time quickly just kind of throwing over just kind of with his forearm, just kind of flipping it over there, but threw it over a lot quicker, and Smith had a dive back this time. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smith gets his lead. We'll see if maybe he's going. He's going to lean back towards first as the throw comes over. He's back standing. So Nielsen relatively concerned here with the runner at first. It's a 2-2 game in the top of the 3rd inning. The pitch comes home. Breaking ball called. Strike 3. Hey, Tanner Nielsen there just dropped in the breaking pitch, and Talon watched it. That is the 3rd strikeout for Nielsen, the first out of the 3rd inning, and Tanner Hamblin will come to the plate. Hamblin 1 for 1, singled in the 1st, and came around to score that 2nd Salem Hills run in the 2nd. Pickoff move again, throwing back over, and standing is Cooper Smith. Working here from the stretch. The pitch comes home. Swung on, popped high up into center field. Nick Roberts drifting all the way into left where Money's going to take it. And he makes the first out of the inning. Or the second out here of the inning on the fly ball. And that's just kind of where that wind came in. Because at first that ball was hit pretty well to center field. And then it just slowly just kind of drifted into left field where Jason Money was there to make the play. Nick Roberts playing more towards left center field, with that wind kind of blowing in from right, kind of pushing a lot of balls hitting into that right center field, closer to left. Here's Colton Lundell. Lundell reached on a walk in the 1st, and the pitch runner goes. The throw down to 2nd is going to be there, and they didn't get him. Getting in under the tag, they're going to say, was Cooper Smith, as Smith got a pretty good jump, but it just kind of seemed like maybe there that Walker Jones didn't quite get the tag down in time. Lundell at the plate, 1 ball, no strikes, runner in scoring position for the Skyhawks. 1-0 pitch in the dirt with the breaking ball, and it's 2-0. So we'll see there on the Car Guys instant replay. There's the throw, and it looks like Smith just got that hand in underneath that tag. 2-0. Nielsen checks the runner, comes home, and the 2-0 misses low, ball 3, and it's 3-0. Jesse Rowley on deck for Salem Hills. 3 balls and no strikes the count. Nielsen will kind of kick that leg straight up and go back. A left-handed pitcher, you'll often see he'll take his leg straight up in the air, which is fine. He just can't make any forward motion home. The 3-0 pitch in there at the knees for a called strike, and it's 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Lundell, a good chance here. He's going to see a fastball from Nielsen. Nielsen's had good success, though, dropping in that breaking pitch. 3-1 coming home, and there it looks like Lundell chased, but they're going to say it was a ball. They're going to say he held up, but so ball 4, and Colton Lundell's on the 2nd time via the walk. I think there at Spanish Fork appealed down to 2nd. There's a chance they might have gotten Lundell, because it looked like to me from my vantage point here that he kind of went all the way around, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think. Jesse Rowley stands in, and that's an outside corner called strike, and it's 0-1. Rowley stands in from the right side. 0-1 pitch from Nielsen. Breaking pitch. That one misses away. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Rowley was at the plate when the ground ball was hit to Ryan Golish. Golish's throw was low over to Matt Creer. The ball kicked away from Matt Creer, allowing the runs for Salem Hills to score. 1-1 pitch comes home. Rowley lines that one to center field. Coming in and making the plays, Nick Roberts. And the third inning comes to an end. So just a routine kind of line drive ends the inning for Salem Hills. Nick Roberts with the play. Devin Argyle leads off the bottom of the third. When we come back, you're watching high school baseball here on the Spanish Fork Community Network. Bottom of the third inning here on the Spanish Fork Community Network. As we're tied at 2, Porter Gustin getting ready to head back out to the mound for Salem Hills. The Dons able to get a couple last time they lineup. Devin Argyle, Ryan Golish, and Matt Creer. Argyle, the designated hitter, will stand in. 0 for 1 on the game. Had a ground ball to second base back in the first. He grounded out to second with a runner on. Nick Roberts was running on at second base at the time. So the ground out did allow the runner to move up. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses away to Argyle, and it's 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. Argyle will get set and ready to go once again in the box. Gustin's throwing majority fastballs this afternoon. 1-0 pitch comes, and that one sits right on the outside corner to even the count at 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Argyle getting low in the batter's box. Knees bent, and the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, lined right down the third baseline, base hit. Argyle's going to make the turnaround first. He's going to try for 2. Up with it. Now he's going to put the brakes on as a one-hop throw came in from left from Jake War. And Spanish Fork has something going here in the first with a leadoff single by Argyle.
Now batting the third baseman, number 22, Ryan Golish.
That ball was hit hard, and Jesse Rowley tried to get there, but as you see on the Car Guys instant replay, the ball was just hit extremely hard, but Argyle took that hard turnaround first, but a great throw from War, and that pitch misses low for a ball, 1-0. On a day when there's maybe not so much wind, that might be a good chance of getting a double. War, Smith, and Hamlin, the outfielders here for Salem Hills, all playing a little more shallow. The 1-0 pitch swung on by Golish and fouled away, and evens the count at 1-1. So on a day when they're maybe playing their regular, normal positioning out in the outfield, that's probably a ball that Argyle does turn and head to second base on. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Golish stands in. Breaking ball. That one came and just broke right at the knees of Ryan Golish, and it's 1-2. Golish walked back in the first and then had a stolen base. Gustin again, set on the mound. 1-2 pitch. Coming home. Fastball swung on and missed. Foul tipped into the glove. The first out here of the third inning. That is the 4th strikeout for Porter Gustin. And here comes first baseman Matt Creer. Creer was the first strikeout victim of Porter Gustin back in for the second out of the first inning. Gustin's going to throw over, just kind of turns and just makes a throw over to first to let Devin Argyle, the base runner, know that he does see him. The pitch coming home. There's a pitch at the knees for a called strike, and it's 0-1 to Matt Creer. Creer hitting cleanup for Spanish Fork. No balls and a strike. The 0-1 pitch comes home. That one misses off the plate for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. The other games throughout Region 8 today, Provo and Wasatch playing. And then Springville is at Maple Mountain. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. The pitch coming home, swung on and missed, breaking for second. The throw to get Argyle is going to be fielded. It's actually going to get past Bennett. Talon backing up the play, had to make the play. but Devin Argyle steals second base, and now he's in scoring position with one out for Matt Creer. So Spanish Forks had some good luck this year, and has been able to steal bases. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch comes home, swung out by Creer and fouled right back to the screen. The ball will kick straight up and head up right around home plate. Jason Money will pick it up and get some fresh baseballs out here to our home plate umpire. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 away, bottom of the 3rd inning. We're tied at 2. Matt Creer standing in the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball is going to skip away from Callister, and going down to third base is Devin Argyle. So Callister did a good job of keeping that ball that was kind of low and in the dirt in front of him the best he could. He prevented it from getting to the backstop, but with the good speed with Devin Argyle on the base paths, you had to keep it a little bit closer. So Argyle takes 90 feet, moves down to third. The 2-2 pitch coming home, swung out and missed. Matt Creer down on strikeout number 5. Gustin just kind of settled back in and blew the fastball past Creer, and now McKenna Jarvis is going to come to the plate with 2 outs here in the 3rd. Spanish Fork now needs a base hit, or needs Jarvis to reach anyway to get the runner home from third base. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. First pitch coming home. Jarvis takes a fastball about belt high that's over for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Gustin putting the mitt on his knee, and the pitch comes home. Jarvis swings, takes it to right. Coming over, having to make a diving attempt is Hamblin. He didn't field it. Now loses the baseball. Jarvis makes the turn and heads into second. So Hamblin playing shallow. That ball falls easily on a normal day. Hamblin coming in trying to make the play. Wasn't able to come up with it. Devin Argyle able to scoot in from third with the 2 outs, and McKenna Jarvis with some heads-up base running heads down to second base. So it's 3-2 Spanish Fork here in the bottom of the 3rd inning on a. I'm gonna give McKenna Jarvis a hit there. And now we're gonna have Jason Money kind of took a couple steps over towards the first base dugout, and now he'll step back in to face Gustin. Money went down on strikes back in the 2nd inning to lead off the inning. Gustin set, delivers the first pitch, swung out and missed. Money not behind that pitch very much and just swung through it 0-1. McKenna Jarvis, the catcher, the runner on at second base. No balls and a strike to count. The 0-1 pitch, fastball comes, and Money swings and fouls it away. In fact, that's not McKenna Jarvis running on at second base for Spanish Fork. Courtesy runner in there trying to no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch home. Misses away for a ball. Getting a good lead at third, but deciding not to, or good lead at second, but deciding not to try to take the runner there at third is the courtesy runner. Believe that's number 11, Nicholas Harrison, running on at second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. And that one just off the plate, evens the count at 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Money a good at bat here after falling down behind 0-2 in the count. Working his way back. In the on-deck circle, it's Taylor Harrison, the right fielder. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Gustin takes a look in behind home plate. Checks the runner, and the 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled away by Money. And we'll have another 2-2 pitch. That one got back out onto the walkway coming up here to Nelson Field. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gustin checks the runner at second, comes home. Breaking ball is going to skip away, and taking third is going to be the courtesy runner, Nicholas Harrison, number 11. So heads up base running by Nicholas Harrison now has an opportunity in scoring position to score on a base hit from Jason Money. 3-2 payoff pitch about to come home. On its way, and that one swung on and hit to right, down the right field line. Long run for Bennett, and that's going to go foul, and we'll have another 3-2 pitch. So Money doing a great job staying in there, staying alive, fouling off pitches, working counts, and now he's going to come set here with another 3-2 pitch. Three balls and 2 strikes the count. 3-2 pitch, high ball 4. Jason Money finds his way on here with a walk. Now runners sit on the corners with 2 outs, and right fielder Taylor Harrison comes to the plate. Harrison back in the second got the Dons their first hit of the ball game with a single and came around to score on the throwing error by Callister behind home plate.
Now batting for the Dons, right fielder number 6, Taylor Harrison.
So Harrison at the plate, runners on the corners, 2 away. The first pitch home, Harrison swings, hits that one high into center field. Smith coming over, he's under it, he makes the catch, and the third inning comes to an end. But Spanish Fork does get 1 in the third on a double by McKenna Jarvis, and we head to the 4th. It's 3-2 Spanish Fork right here on the Spanish Fork Community Network.
Lakota Centino.
The first pitch coming home to Lakota Centino is taken away for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Top of the 4th inning here at Nelson Field. 1 ball and no strikes. The delivery coming home. That one swung on by Centino, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. It will be Centino, War, and Bennett. 7, 8, 9 coming up. Centino 0 for 1. Went down on strikes back in the first to end the first inning. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tanner Nielsen, the lefty, on the mound. Winds and delivers home, and that one misses low for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Nielsen with that kind of 3/4 kind of sidearm drop down delivery. Sets, winds the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed by Centino, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nielsen's settled down, had a kind of a shaky first inning. Hit a batter, gave up a walk, and that kind of helps Salem Hills get on the board. The 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled. They're going to say Centino missed it. The throw down by Jarvis is in time, and there's 1 away here in the 4th. So credit Nielsen with his 4th strikeout, as the strikeout is recorded officially K23 in the scorebook, and that brings up Jake War. We do want to thank our sponsors for helping make this broadcast possible here on the Spanish Fork Community Network. The Car Guys for sponsoring our Car Guys Instant Replay. And also want to thank MVP Sports for the MVP of the game, which will be named at the conclusion of this broadcast, as the first pitch to War misses away. The second one misses there as well. And it's 2-0 on Jake War. War went down on strikes to begin the second inning. 2 balls and no strikes. Nielsen working quickly, delivers that one, misses away, ball 3, and it's 3-0. So Nielsen in danger here of a 4-pitch walk to Jake War. 3-0 pitch, kicks and delivers, comes home. That one right over the middle, and it's 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. Nielsen sets, winds, and delivers home. 3-1 pitch. Swung on, line to center, and it's going to fall for a base hit. It fell between Argyle and Roberts, and the leadoff man for Salem Hills, or the second man of the inning, on for Salem Hills. Their first base hit since the first inning, and now Ty Bennett's going to come to the plate. Nick Roberts playing already shallow in center field with the wind. Had he been playing a little more shallow, he would have had a play on the baseball, but it would have been a base hit on most days. That pitch low for a ball, and it's 1-0 here to Ty Bennett. Bennett flew out to Nick Roberts back in the second. Salem Hills in the powder blue and white. Spanish Fork in the black and the white. Nielsen will throw over. Back standing up is Jake War. One ball and no strikes. Then another throw going to come over. So another gust of wind makes its presence felt here at Nelson Field. Throw came back over, and back standing was War once again. Nielsen concerned with War, and the pitch comes home, and that on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. That one just hit the outside corner in a great spot. If Ty Bennett does swing at that, it's a good chance it's a ground ball to Walker Jones. One ball and one strike, throw over, and back standing is War again. Taylor Harrison in right field, playing more towards right center. Now he'll take a couple of steps more towards right. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, misses low, ball 2, and it's 2 balls and a strike now on Ty Bennett. With that wind blowing in from right field, you don't have to, a lot of balls that are hit to right are going to loop its way over towards center. 2-1 pitch on its way. That one misses low for ball 2, and it's 2-2. Game time temperature was like 72 degrees today. And in between innings, when I checked the weather just on my app on my phone, it went to like 59 degrees. So in a matter of about an hour and a half, it has dropped. The 3-1 pitch misses low, ball 4. So a walk here to Ty Bennett, and Salem Hills has a couple of men on, and the top of the lineup, Sam McAllister, coming up. And now we'll have a quick visit out to the mound here, as Tanner Nielsen had pitched well. Haven't seen him kind of struggle since the first inning, but now with one out, a couple of men on, some action. Looks like somebody getting loose down in the Spanish Fork bullpen. Looks like a right-hander beginning to get loose as we go back to the third time through the Skyhawks lineup. They'll have a couple runners on at first and second. The runner over at first base there was Ty Bennett. And when Bennett got towards, Bennett started to head over to the third base to talk with his coach. About the time the visit on the mound broke up, he went back to first base. So now with one out, here comes Sam McAllister. McAllister walked and grounded out. Where's number 25, hits in that leadoff spot. Nielsen set on the mound, delivers, swung on and missed. McAllister chased that pitch low. Looks like the changeup there from Tanner Nielsen. No balls and one strike. Runners on first and second for the Skyhawks. The 0-1 pitch comes in. That one misses low for a ball, and it's 1-1. Walker Jones there on the play, kind of scooting back in behind the base runner. Trying to bait Jake War into thinking that the pickoff move was coming. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. The wind and the kick comes home. That one bounced in the dirt. Kind of get away from McKenna Jarvis, but it's going to scoot over towards the third base line. So nowhere really for the base runners to go there. As had the base runners taken off, McKenna Jarvis would have had a good opportunity to throw one of them out. 2 balls and a strike. Nielsen takes a look at War at second base. He's been concerned with War the entire time he's been on the base paths. That one misses away, ball 3, and the count moves to 3 balls and a strike on Sam McAllister. 3-2 Spanish Fork, top of the 4th inning. 3-1 pitch, runner takes off. Nielsen's got him caught in a rundown. Throws it over to Walker Jones. The throw down to Golish, who will apply the tag. And the second out of the inning's recorded, but moving up on the play alertly is Ty Bennett. So War is caught in the rundown, 1-4-5 for the second out of the inning. Ty Bennett moving up, though, on that play and doing the alert thing there. As a base runner, if you're Jake War, you just want to get caught in a long enough rundown where Bennett can move up 90 feet. So with 2 outs now, McAllister looking for that tying base hit right here. 3-1 pitch, breaking ball, misses low and inside, ball 4. So the second walk of the inning allowed here by Tanner Nielsen, and now Cooper Smith comes to the plate.
Now batting.
Typically on a day, a base hit there would score the runner from second. Although today, now that I think about it, we're going to have Caden Coon's going to now come back in here to courtesy run here for Callister. On a day like today, though, with that outfield having to play so shallow, I'm not sure on a base hit if that run necessarily always scores from second. The first pitch is low and away to Cooper Smith. And not always, even with the outfield playing back, will you see a coach send the runner, but typically you would see that. We're going to have a visit out to the mound here, and we're going to have a Spanish Fork pitching change. So it looks like the day for Tanner Nielsen's done, going through 3 2/3 of an innings for Spanish Fork. Right now we're tied it's a 3-2 lead for the Dons. We're going to have a pitching change here on the Spanish Fork Community Network. We'll introduce you to the new pitcher after the break, where it's 3-2 Spanish Fork. You're watching high school baseball here on the Spanish Fork Community Network.